All right, welcome everyone. We're doing a little bit more playtesting. I'm here with Socrates Stavropoulos.
How are we?
And he's continuing his build of Cephalid Breach, but this time with Lurrus, which is pretty sweet. And I'm playing a different brew. This one is a blue-red tempo deck. I'll talk about its differences a little bit later, but I'll just announce that I have Lutri, the Spell Chaser, in my sideboard.
No worries. And I've got Lurrus as well.
Excellent. All right, so do you like odds or evens? I've got a dice here. Oh, you've got a dice, do you?
It's okay. I'll go for odds. No.
Okay. All right, that's me. I'll start off. So this is a really interesting situation because I regret not having Stifle in my deck, I reckon.
Stifles are good.
Yeah, against that ability. I'm definitely keeping my hand. But yeah, the Thassa's Oracle is a bizarre kind of change to Highlander, where before, you wanted to play Stifle maybe in a tempo deck, but then tempo decks were just kind of too much raw power. So they just didn't want Stifles because you'd rather just be playing powerful cards instead of playing a card that's more niche to be, hey, I'm ahead, I'm going to stay ahead. But now with Thassa's Oracle in the format, the tempo decks are definitely sleeving up Stifle without a question, because it also happens to hedge up on that matchup. But now even some, control decks and so on are putting Stifle in their sideboard just because of this deck. It's crazy.
I've had to, I'm mulling.
Yep.
And I'm putting one underneath. I'll put this one underneath. Go for it.
Alrighty. I'll start off with an island, and then I'll pass turn to you. And then in your upkeep, I'm going to Ancestral Recall myself.
Okay. Sounds good. Go for it.
Don't want to get that Force of Negation, and don't want to discard to hand size, so draw 3. All right, all yours.
All right, so draw for the turn. I'll play Watery Grave untap.
Yep.
And then I'm going to attempt to Thought Seizure.
Alrighty. I kept a real sketchy hand that was one land, like one basic island, and Ancestral Recall and a bunch of red spells. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can draw into a red land. That won't be a problem. No, drew into another basic island. So this is going to be an interesting scenario. So I've got a bunch of burn spells here, which you're probably not taking. And then we've got Delver of Secrets, Snapcaster Mage, Brazen Borrower, and Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, interesting. I might take.
This is pressure, I guess, but this is
the pressure one. Pressure.
Yep. All right. If you can win before I can Snapcaster Mage my Ancestral Recall, you'll be golden.
Your turn.
Untap and draw, and I'll play my island. This brings me to 7 cards, and then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, so untap, draw. Okay. I'll play the Terrain.
Oh, yep. Nice.
And then I'll play... actually, no, I can't do that. Sorry. I want to play the Snow-Covered Mountain. Because I want to cast the...
you want to play that snow. Yeah, that makes sense. So do you love a good Astrolabe? Yep, go for it.
So drew and... I'll say your turn.
Alrighty. I really don't want to flash in Snapcaster Mage here, nor do I want to Brazen Borrower bounce your draw, your draw spell. All right. I got there. Took me a while, but I got there. So everything's turned on now. I'm going to fetch. All right. I'm going to grab myself a Volcanic Island, and then I'm going to play my Young Pyromancer, wherever my Volcanic Island is, and then it's just going to be your turn.
Okay, I'm going to, at end turn, tap that for red.
Yep.
And alter.
Oh, very nice. I will pop that in the graveyard, and you can go for it.
Okay, untap.
It's always bad when you get a Young Pyromancer bolted and you haven't generated anything from it.
Exactly. All right, so you've still got 2 bolts there. All right, so I'm going to cast the terrain.
Oh yeah, what's it like? The Jeskai Triome, right?
Yeah, yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. I'll cast Lotus Petal,
Oh yeah, nice.
and then I'm gonna attempt to cast my. So I'll tap it for black. My Lurrus,
Ah, very nice. Yep, you got him.
and then I'll cast the Petal again off the
Okay,
Lurrus. And your turn.
nice. All right, so you've used him to create some value, but you obviously have interaction for my removal spells here, obviously. So, but we're still going to try. It's going to stop me from Ancestral Recalling this turn, that's for sure. I would attempt to Chain Lightning Lurrus.
Sure. Lurrus is dead.
Oof. All right, weird flex getting that out, but obviously you've got some shenanigans in hand, like Savin's Reclamation or something. Okay, so I'm going to pass turn to you.
No worries.
This is an awkward situation. Felt like I had a decent chance of hitting that red source early, but I'm just kind of a little bit behind in terms of I've got cards, that's for sure, but I've got no tempo. Haven't been able to deploy effectively.
All right, I'm going to. I think I'm going to animate dead. Lurrus.
Cheeky. All right. Yep, that happens.
That happens, and then I'm gonna pop for white.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast my Nomad Encore.
All right. Now, if I respond to Nomad Encore and I bounce your Animate Dead, Lurrus dies, but he doesn't get exiled or something, right?
No, he should just go back.
What's the wording on Animate Dead?
Oh, okay. So let's have a look. When Animate Dead comes into play, put that creature into play, and Animate Dead becomes a creature enchantment. Enchanted creature gets -1. If Animate Dead leaves play, bury the creature.
All right. So it's not like he gets exiled. He just gets destroyed without the ability to regenerate.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you're going to be able to play your Lotus Petal and then potentially play your 2-drop that lets you combo and mill your entire graveyard. Right. Well, I think I'll respond to. Let's see. You haven't used Lurrus yet at all.
No, but Lotus Petal went into the bin. I don't know whether they'll have priority before you could do that.
No. So what will happen is Nomads is on the stack.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is this is a weird scenario. Oh, it doesn't feel good in the slightest. If I bounce your Lurrus,
yeah.
Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'd try and wait for you to play the combo piece, and then I bounce the other side of the combo piece. So I've got a weird scenario because I've got a different card in hand here. All right, let's bounce the Lurrus. So he's going to go to your hand, and the Animate Dead's going to go to the graveyard.
Yep.
And this is exiled over here on Adventure. The Nomad Encore, I'm going to Mental Misstep.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a weird spot with, like, if I misstep that, then you just, once you have priority, you just replay it again.
Yeah.
And I have to use Snapcaster Mage to play the misstep, which was bad. This is just a tempo play. Like, you're going to be able to do all the things again next turn. That's the problem. So I have to.
All right. So you know I've got Lurrus.
All right. Yeah. So he's in hand. Yeah. Okay. So you're on how many cards in hand?
I've got 2 unknown plus
2 unknown cards. Okay. Interesting. Well, it might be a case of, let's see. So if you untap, I could slow you down a little bit by playing Snap Recall if you do counter it. Or you play a land and you play Lurrus and then you replay the Nomads, but I still have a turn. Yeah. I really want to deploy a threat so I can actually start tempoing you. Otherwise, I'm just kind of being a bad control deck. So I probably just have to pass turn to you. So I flash in a threat.
What have you got in your bin?
I've got Ancestral Recall,
Yep.
Chain Lightning, Mental Misstep.
Okay. All right. So draw for the turn. Okay. I will play a Tundra. And I will again attempt to cast Lurrus.
All right, and then this means you've used your land for the turn.
Yep.
You could play Lotus Petal, or you could play Animate Dead, or you could play Nomad's Encore. All right, I'll respond to him with Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'll cast Ancestral Recall, targeting myself.
No, I will put blue in the pool and daze that.
Oof, brutal.
And I'll return this.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
So Lurrus resolves, and then I'll cast from my bin Lotus Petal.
Yep.
And I'm going to say your turn.
All right, you don't want to use the blue in the pool. You've still got an extra mana.
Oh, I've got blue in the pool.
Yeah, and you could filter it with so you actually have kind of like any color, 2 of any color with Lotus Petal and Astrolabe.
I didn't think of that. Have you got any? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got a critter in the bin.
I have Delver Secrets and Young Pyromancer in the graveyard.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go with. It's too late. I played the pedal. No,
that's all right. You can change that.
It's not gonna make a difference. I've still got the blue.
No, you got like 1 mana of any color.
No, your turn.
All right, I'll tap. And I'll draw. Okay, so let's go. Lurrus is 3-2. 3-2, you say? I'm going to attempt to do 3 damage to Lurrus with Rift Bolt.
Sure.
Then I'll attack for 2. And I'll say go for it.
You got to bounce. You still got 2 more burn spells. You got lots of burn spells.
Lots of burn spells. So this build is kind of my tempo version of the blue-red aggro deck. So there's a lot of different names. There's the Prowess version, the S Prowess version, the Dr. Seuss version, TM55. There's so many different kind of names for the same kind of archetype, and the archetype is largely aggro focused. So you play you're essentially playing an aggro game, and in some ways you can do like a combo finish where you put a bunch of prowess triggers on a flying 1/3 hasty boy and kill them in a kind of combo-esque finish. The version that I've built is not that, so it's not aggro, it's actually just blue-red tempo. So it's just using the same kind of rug life principles of playing only good, strong threats in their own right, and then protecting the queen, as opposed to deploying a hand and then attempting to prowess multiple creatures and that kind of thing.
All right, you've got me in a huge dilemma right now.
Nice.
Huge dilemma. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? It's not gonna work. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll play a land.
Mm-hmm.
And go 1, 2. Oh yeah. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, this could work. No, it won't work. And I can cast that. It's still no good. Still no good. All right, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'll
Mhm.
pop that for black.
Oh, you don't have to if you want to use the black filtering with the Astrolabe.
Yeah,
So you could keep the Lotus Petal and then tap the Tundra.
yeah, and I'll need the Tundra.
Oh, you're gonna use it anyway. Okay.
I'm gonna dread return the Lurrus.
Okay. Yep. Go for it.
So Lurrus comes in, and then I'm going to cast the Nomad Encore
Yep. You got it.
from the Lurrus, and then that's my turn. Go for it.
All right. So you can redirect damage to Nomad Encore.
Yep.
So that's what that thing says.
Yep.
Interesting.
To a creature I control.
Ah, so you can redirect damage from nomads to a different creature.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, but you can redirect any number of damage. So if I lightning bolt your nomads, you can redirect 1 and then 2 and then 3, or how does that work?
It's just got a 0. I'll redirect 1 damage.
1 damage. So you could redirect all 3 damage to Lurrus.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Okay, so we have to do it though. That's the problem. I'll play land, and I will do this first. Feels bad. I'm going to incinerate the Lurrus.
You can incinerate it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like Lazarus. He just keeps going.
Nice. Now he cannot be regenerated, and incinerate. He gets removed from the game.
From the game. Well,
yeah.
He's gone.
If he's okay.
Okay.
And then I'll attack for 2 with this guy.
I'm on 14.
And then I'll pass turn.
Oof. All right, untap. Draw. Interesting. Oh, it's so good but so bad. Ooh. All right. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Oh, so Lurrus is still in your graveyard, actually. He's not exiled.
Okay. All right.
Incinerate is if it's dealt damage, cannot be regenerated this turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is really
challenge when you're in foreign language cards.
All right. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to tap these 2. I'm going to play Cephalid Illusionist.
This is not ideal. So you've got the little fellow down there in the graveyard ready to go. Okay, I'll crack a fetch land.
Yep.
And I'll go grab my untapped steam vents.
Yep.
And I guess I will target your Nomad's Encore and hope that this resolves. Yeah. All right.
So Nomad will die.
We'll kill the Nomad. Yep. Okay.
Cephalid's in. All right. Then I'll play Underworld Breach.
Wow. Crazy. Yep. I can't interact with that. Go for it.
All right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Cast Lotus Petal.
Yep.
And then, oh shit.
You don't have to use the mana, right? Is that so with the breach?
Well,
you do have to use the mana. Yeah, you have to cast.
But Lotus Petals for nothing.
Yeah.
And then this is going to be
At least you can't
bad.
play Lurrus.
I don't want to play Lurrus, but I'm gonna have problems.
You have to exile the Lurrus in order to play the Nomad Zenkor.
And the Dread Return, unfortunately.
Oh no! But then, how do you combo? Oh no! You could sacrifice the Lotus Petal for mana, so it's in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. So you got 1 white mana.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you can leave the Dread Return in the graveyard.
Yep, and get rid of these 3.
Yeah.
And Nomad comes in.
You can play the Nomad. Yeah. Now you can mill your deck.
Yep.
And you'll still have the Dread Return in the graveyard.
Yeah, and I should win. Yes. Ooh, good play. All right, let's do it. Got there.
Oh, yeah, you got there. You got the LED. Nice. So,
yep.
You won't have a problem with mana.
Well, Narciniba comes out.
Yeah.
I don't need them.
You don't need mana. You've got infinite mana or practically. Not really infinite. You've got a lot of mana.
And Thassa's just went in there.
Yeah, I'll reveal my hand. I don't have an interaction. So you basically... this is actually Sprite Dragon, since I don't like this card, Stormchaser Mage. I don't like temporary prowess. So Sprite Dragon is very good, though. It's what enables blue-red tempo rather than blue-red aggro.
And that's it. Dread
Return. Thassa's Oracle comes out.
Thassa's Oracle.
Boom.
There it is.
And the best part is, even if I had a Stifle here, you could just cast a counterspell from your graveyard.
I could keep cut. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Got there.
Nice.
It's tough.
That was a good one. All right. So we'll have, I think, one more game with you on the play now, because I was on the play that time.
Yep.
My hand was nonsense. It looked nonsense, because I had the ACO, and then I go, oh wait, I've only got 1 basic island, and that was a little bit rough.
But you had a lot of pressure. I was lucky I could.
Well, actually, I'd rather have like a Zurgo or something out and turning sideways. It was a big decision between playing the Delver of Secrets or the Ancestral Recall in turn 1. Yeah. So if I played the Ancestral Recall like I did, and I hit red producing mana anywhere there or in my draw step, so in between 4 cards, I get to be on the front foot because I get to deploy like a young Pyromancer or something else to kind of apply pressure. If the or I get to play Delver of Secrets and have like a counterspell up or something. But the other play I was debating was just playing the Delver of Secrets, and then you would have thought to use my A-Call, but I'd have a Snapcaster Mage, and then I have the Delver of Secrets beating down, and it's an iconic role identification question. And I think obviously if I had known my Ancestral Recall didn't draw into a red source, then I would definitely deploy the Delver, let the Ancestral Recall get thought seized, and then I have the pressure, and I actually get to turn screws, beat down, apply pressure. But I think I made the wrong role identification question.
I had the bolt, even though I hit your
young Pyro later. Yeah. Like if there are definitely points at which you can, if you bolt the Delver, then I get to like Ancestral Recall on my second turn, which is still, going to get me in the same situation as I was in before, but then maybe I get to resolve a young Pyro at some point. I don't know. I think maybe I should have identified my role as to close the game first rather than try to get any
card advantage.
You often think like, oh, I've got 1 turn off, I'll just Ancestral Recall on turn 1 and then I'll play my Delver turn 2. But it can sometimes be the difference between winning and losing the game. So how does your hand look?
Oh, I think it's going to be slow against you, but I'll keep it.
Alrighty, go for it.
Go.
Okay, I will draw. I'm going to play a Fiery Islet.
Yeah.
And I'll lose 1 life, and I'm going to play Monastery Swiftspear.
Sure.
And then I'll lose 2 more life, and I'm going to go Gitaxian Probe, look at your hand, and I'll trigger this guy.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, good to know about the counter spells. Yep, I can see that. So I'll draw a card off this, and then I will turn this guy sideways for 2 damage.
Yep.
And then I'll pass turn. Yeah, Monastery Swiftspear is a good example of a card that when it has prowess and haste, and it's probably one of the only prowess and haste cards that I play in this one. Actually, I think it's the only one with true prowess. Reason being, it does a good approximation of Goblin Guide, whereas Storm Chaser Mage is definitely where I don't want to be. Don't want to have a low impact 2-drop. Okay, my turn. I'll tap and I'll drop. Okay, let's play this island. So you got no creatures at all. But you got Lurrus in the sideboard, which is
Lurrus is in the sideboard.
Yeah. All right, I'll get in there for 1.
Sure.
And then I'll pass turn.
Okay, so draw for the turn. I'll play Snow-Covered Swamp. I'm gonna end my turn.
Alrighty. Nothing end of turn. I'll untap and drop. Okay, let's go. I'll play land.
Yep.
I will play. I'm going to play Delver Secrets.
Sure, that's fine.
And then I'm going to attack for 1.
I'll cast or attempt to cast Snapcaster Mage.
Ooh, the cheeky little ambush viper. Very nice. And you're on 2 counter spells and a little unearth.
And 1 that you don't know.
All right. I'm going to spell snare your Snapcaster Mage and I'll lose a life. And I'll trigger this prowess here.
Yep.
So if you fight over it, this guy will still have prowess, so he'll be a 2/3. So
no,
it's not really worth fighting over it.
Then I'm on 15.
All right. Then I'll pass turn to you.
I need it right now.
This joy. Look like I know.
Oh my god. It's kind of like fucking shit out of it.
All right, so you've got 1 card.
I've got 1 mana untapped, but it's red. I've got 4 cards in hand.
Don't know whether it's worth casting. I'll cast the Lurrus.
Interesting. I guess you've got like Force of Negation to protect it, so there's that. Yep, he's going to resolve.
I'm going to say enter.
Untap. Oops. And this guy's going to trigger. He's not going to flip. All right, I wonder what I drew. I'll play this land. Could be anything. Could be any of the cards. Okay, so you've got Force of Negation.
2 unknown cards.
2 unknown cards. All right. It's definitely an interesting spot. Let's see. So do we have to kill Lurrus? How much do we have to kill Lurrus? That's the question. Because when you untap, you could play Snapcaster Mage, you could replay something else if you like churn through your deck, put some cards in your graveyard. But it seems unlikely. All right, why don't we go with one. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. It's a very interesting spot. See, Force of Negation, playing around Force of Negation is very hard. It's definitely a difficult challenge. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm going to cast a Chain Lightning targeting Lurrus.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So wondering whether you counter this or not. All right, so this goes 2-3. Let me deploy this then. All right. I'll play my Abbot of Keral Keep just to deploy some more threats. So I will. This is exiled, right? So Library of Alexandria is exiled, and I'll get in there for 3 damage.
Yep.
And then I'll pass turn.
Untap, draw.
Lost one of this.
I'll attempt to unearth.
Unearth costs 1 mana, right?
Yep.
All right, I'll mental misstep it.
You meant to misstep that. That's no good. 1, 2. All right, your turn.
Alrighty. I have a trigger from Delver Secrets. Okay, I'll reveal it. So Delver's going to flip.
What is it? What is it?
Ponder.
Ponder. Okay. Yep.
One of your favorites. I will. So what's your life total? 12?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Interesting. All right. So I was thinking about copying this with Lutri, but it's 1 damage short of lethal. So I'll cast Ponder and I'll trigger the prowess here.
Yep.
And we'll have a look. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this on top. I think that's lethal. Force you to use your counter spell, I guess. Let's put it in this order then. If you're going to be using the counter spell, then yeah. All right, I'll draw. All right, I'll lose another life here, and I'll cast the Royal Scions, and this is going to be 2 prowess. So basically, if you don't counter this, it's 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with the +2. So it's exactly lethal. So you have to counter it.
I'll counter it with the Force of Negation.
Yep. All right. And then I end up attacking for 10.
All right, I'm on 2.
And I'll pass turn.
Oh, what's that? Draw. What can I do here?
That Mox Opal is looking bad.
Yes, yeah, it's not a good card.
No. Should it be Mox Amber, given that you've got Lurrus?
Yeah, but that can only cast legendary cards.
No, it's only if you have a legend. So if you have a legend, it taps for anything. So Lurrus basically says that it's a little Mox.
Yeah, but okay. Are you telling me the amber? If I had the amber right now, I could use it.
No, you can't. So I'm just saying that in general, unless you've got a lot of artifacts in the deck, then the Mox Amber might be more likely to be turned on than the Mox
because
Chrome.
of the Magus.
Yeah, the Opal.
Oh, I don't think I can get there. No.
Alrighty. Yeah, I didn't want to cast this. Casting Wheel of Fortune when your hand was bad would have been
good.
Yeah, you would have loved that. I was trying to bait a counter spell, and I'm like, maybe I play the wheel and he counters it. Nah, you're gonna.
No,
So
I'll allow that.
this is one of my points here. Library of Alexandria. It's
That's good.
pretty nice. In your opening hand, it's great. And then when it's not in your opening hand, you can usually gush an Akel back into it. But it's pretty much just for the opening hand. It's for the old, 10% of games that you just win outright because you have it in your opener. And the rest of the deck's really, really low curve, so you can just kind of power them out. Alrighty, so we'll call it there, and then we'll have a look at a post sideboard match. All right, see you everyone.